been blessed to me, for me already, you guys. I'm beyond excited. So many wonderful things are already happening for me, and I just hope to have even more to share with you guys soon. I'm getting all logged and ready to go over here on YouTube so I can chat with the YouTube family while we do what we do here, people. I'm excited, family. Tonight, what we are going to be doing, oh, you guys, I almost got ahead of myself. I almost forgot the two most important things to let you know. Thank you. I heard you. Share this video. That's right, guys. Share this video with somebody. Hit the share button. It's free. They're not going to charge you any extra on your monthly plan for Facebook or YouTube for hitting the share button. Hit the share button. Help somebody out. Help your friends out. Help them learn how to cook better, you know, or just help them have fun in the kitchen. And also, please let me know where you're watching from. Let me know those cities and states. I'm so excited. Okay, guys. So since this is the first live night we're cooking of 2018, and we spent a lot of time at the end of last year getting ready for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I hope it was everything you all hoped it would be. I just wanted to say, I think we're going to start off this year with some dinners that we can cook, comfort food meals in a half an hour or less. So we're going to be cooking dinner. That's right. Okay, now I see you guys over here on YouTube. Hello, Master King Chef J-Rod. All good. Hello, Ray Max. You guys, those are two excellent channels. I tell you all the time, good channels to watch. You want to watch Master King Chef J-Rod, and you want to watch Ray Max Kitchen and Grill. Wonderful channels. Facebook family, go over to YouTube. Check those brothers out. Okay, let's get cooking, you guys. Tonight, we are making beef stroganoff. Yes, beef stroganoff. What's so funny about this is when I decided to make beef stroganoff, at first I was like, you know, I don't think I've ever had beef stroganoff. And then I was like, my mom was like, I used to cook it all the time. And honestly, y'all, I could not remember it. And I thought I was losing my mind. Because, I mean, my mom was a cooking mom, but I just couldn't remember it. And then when I was making it, you know, I always make a little bit ahead of time so I have something to show y'all. I tasted it, I was like, that's what it was called? She had been making it all the time. I just didn't know what it was called. So, how about that? So let's get going on this tonight. We're going to make this beef stroganoff. This is a half hour. You can make this whole meal in a half hour. I promise you. So, you ready, you guys? Are y'all ready? Seatbelts in? Let's do it. All right, beef stroganoff. So we're going to start with, now usually people make this with, a lot of times I should say, people make it with sirloin steak. I've even seen some people make it, some recipes that make it with filet mignon. I'm actually using pot roast. So I had a nice big old pot roast, and I took that baby and I cut it up. Now, you're probably saying, why, Lori, did you cut up the pot roast? And you know what? That is a great question, and I'm so glad you asked that question. The reason I cut the pot roast up was because pot roast is marbled well. And you know what? These meats and things, they need a little fat in them, okay? And when you get that fat in there, it helps it tremendously taste better. So, we're going to always do what first? Season your meat. Don't bring no boring meat. Don't say you watch my channel and cook with some boring meat, because I'm going to say that ain't the truth. You guys, you see that? I put some salt in there, okay? And I'm going to put a little bit of fresh ground pepper. I'm not going to overdo it because we're going to have a lot of flavor in the gravy-like substance that we make to go with it. But we're going to start off here. We got some salt and pepper in here. And what you're going to start by doing initially is you're really just going to quickly sear the steaks, okay? You're going to sear these pieces so they have a nice little crust on them. You can put flour on them if you want to as well. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to do that this time, but those are just all kind of ways you can sear, okay? Trust me, searing is the least of your worries. You see that salt and pepper on there? I'm also going to add a little garlic powder on there because, you know, I have never met a meal that garlic didn't make better in bacon. Except, I don't know, my daughter the other day said, pancakes, mommy. Garlic and pancakes don't work. Okay, she had a point on that one. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put this into our hot skillet. Now, if you look here in the skillet, I've got a little bit of olive oil in there. I don't have a lot of olive oil in here because, again, I'm just trying to sear it, okay? So, I'm hoping it's hot enough. Probably should have turned it on. Let's just test to see if this is hot enough before we keep going, okay? Okay, it's almost getting there. You want it to be hot enough that it's going to go and sear when you get it on there. And so for those of you, you all see my my coat. I'm sorry, I'm off track. Y'all know I get a little what's the word? Off focus. This is what my kids gave me for Christmas, y'all. I'm official. I'm legit. My kids love me. They're a bunch of mama's babies, and I love it that way. All right, anyway, so yeah, someone mentioned it. I want you to know. Okay, so yes, so here we go. Look at this. Now, when you put the meat in here, you don't want to overcrowd the pan. And the reason you don't want to overcrowd the pan is because you're really just trying to get a nice little color on the outside of it, okay, before you flip it real quick and get it out of there, because after we get everything going in the pan, okay, we're going to put the meat back in it. So you see, I'm not overcrowding it. Now see how I'm moving it around just to make sure it's not overcrowded? That's exactly what we want. Oh, it smells good in here, you guys. That salt and pepper's on there. Like I said, you can put flour on it at this stage if you want to, but you don't have to do that. Okay? I'm going to get a plate to put these on. Doesn't that look delicious? All right. Now we're going to also start getting our red meat. Ugh, I'm all tongue-tied, you guys. I'm excited to be here. We're going to start boiling the water for our egg noodles. See, I'm flipping these right away. Okay, this is a dinner and a half hour. See, that's all you want to do is just get them brown. You're not trying to cook them all the way through. I know some of you are watching this do not like to have your meat pink at all. Well, you will like this meal because this is one, when you make it traditionally like this, you cook it all the way through. But right now, you don't want to cook it all the way through. Right now, you just kind of want to sear those outsides, okay? Now, in beef stroganoff, what you're doing basically is you're making some egg noodles, and then you're going to take this simple beef and make a nice, like a nice gravy, basically, with onions and mushrooms. I'm looking at it and forgetting the words at the same time. So you see how this is, guys? All I did real quick was flip it. See? See that? And this is about 1.5 pounds of ground meat I'm using here. See here? That's it. And now that it's been flipped once, just like that, see? Tell me how easy was that? You just flipped it. I'm going to take it. I'm going to put it here. Don't forget, you guys, share this video. That share button is still free, even in 2018. See here? Make sure you turn it. Actually, you're turning them as soon as you get in. And you see how this fat helps it along? See, that's why I just used a little bit of olive oil in there, not a lot. And I'm just taking it right out. Just wanted to get it started. Okay? And we've got our water boiling, starting to boil, at least for our egg noodles. We're going to put the rest of the meat in here. I'm cooking a complete meal today. We're doing complete meals in a half hour. That's what we're starting on this year for 2018. Okay, put a little oil in there if you need it. Let me check your comments. See if there's any questions we need to answer. All right, I see everybody's looking good over on YouTube. Everybody's looking good on Facebook. Look here, you see as quick as I got that meat in, you see what I'm doing? I'm flipping it. Quick as it's in. Because we're not trying to cook it all the way. All right? Remember, guys, if you like this kind of thing and you enjoy learning how to cook, or I shouldn't say learning because you may already be an experienced cook. If you just like new ideas, because you can never have too many recipes. Be sure to visit my YouTube channel. There's tons of stuff there this week. I put up a beef Wellington recipe. It is so simple you can make it any day of the week. But here we're all about cooking up your favorite comfort foods for any day of the week. Okay, you see that? We got these in, we flipped them. Looks good, right, guys? Now I'm going to start turning the heat down because it's really high. Okay? And I'm going to get ready to start on our gravy. Oh, yeah, this looks good. It smells good, too. Season that meat. Don't forget. Okay, I'm going to put, see that? That's not bad, but I'm just going to make it a little bit dunner right there around the edges. Don't forget to season your meat before you put it in. You don't want the meat to be lonely. Right? All right. We want the meat to know it's loved. And this is the kind of meal that's going to fill everybody up. I'm telling you. If you're like me, I have boys. And you know it's hard to feed boys. Because boys can eat. What kind of pan is it? Someone's asking me. I'm using a Dutch oven, a non-stick Dutch oven that works on the skillet, and it also works in the oven. Okay, so now I've got some oil in here. I turned my heat down. What we're going to do is start with some garlic. Now, everybody's recipe for stroganoff is different, and they don't all start with garlic, but I ain't never met a good meal, dinner meal especially, that didn't start with some garlic. So we're going to get that garlic going in there. Okay, and again, the recipe will be up this weekend. We're also going to put in an onion. This is one big old yellow onion that I've sliced up. Because y'all know I like my food to be filling. I don't like just a little bit. I want a lot bit. And this is a little mushroom medley I have here. This is some regular mushrooms and some shiitake mushrooms, and it has some portobello mushrooms in there, baby bellas. You guys know how much I love baby bella mushrooms. The flavor in them is so delicious. And see, we're just gonna cook this. See here? Now, be generous with your olive oil while you're doing it. And then we're gonna season these vegetables while they're in here cooking. We're going to use some of my ChefLorious house seasoning tonight. And this is the ChefLorious house seasoning. We have this available in our online store. If you're interested, go ahead and take a look. It's really good, nice, gentle blend of herbs and some salt. You can use this on anything. And this will just give a nice flavor overall to our dish. Okay? Oh, yes. It's got some garlic powder in there. It's got some onion powder in there. If you look on our website, you'll see that. And we're going to also put a little bit of fresh ground pepper in there. Not a ton. Not a ton of fresh ground pepper. I like it, but this is not a pepper dish. Oh, this looks good. We're going to add some more juice to it. That's what the olive oil is. This is our juice. Okay? Let me get that going some more. And just use as much as you need, because you're going to add flour and things to this later to thicken it up, so you really can't mess up with the oil. Just get it like you want it. So once I tasted this beef stroganoff, after I made a sample of it, I remembered my mother making this when I was a little girl. But you know what got me was I don't know what I thought it was. I think she must have done, you know how moms do, guys, when they call something, give it a different name so you'll eat it? I wonder what she called it. I have to ask her, because she's like, oh yeah, I used to cook beef stroganoff. I was like, when did you make beef stroganoff? And then I tasted it, and I sure said to my husband, she did make this before, and I just don't know what it was called. And when I mentioned it to her that I didn't know what it was called, she said, I called it beef stroganoff. And I'm like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You're not fooling me, Mom. You're not fooling me, but she's awesome. Okay, there's a question here. Is my website posted? Yes, my website is ChefLorious.com, just like my name as you see listed there, ChefLorious.com. We're mixing up this mushroom blend and onions. This is a yellow onion, a traditional regular old mushroom. We've got some shiitake mushrooms in here, and we have some baby bella mushrooms. And again, you can use any mushrooms you want. I like baby bellas because, you know, I'm very impressed with the flavor of baby bella mushrooms. They're just delicious. Just even the big ones. I've done stuffed mushrooms. There's a really nice stuffed mushroom recipe on my page and on my website as well that just stuffs big caps of portobello mushrooms, and they're so meaty and delicious. I'm actually I'm working on a burger, a vegetarian burger that kind of focuses on that. So that's gonna be really good. Let me see. Deborah is asking, will the beef be tender? Yes, it will. So what's going to happen, Deborah, is because we just seared it very quickly, we just kind of got like an outside. I'm going to show you a piece while this is happening on the pan. This is a good one to show you. See, Deborah? You see how the outside is done? It's got like a little crisp, like a little, oh, thank you, a little sear on it. See that? But the inside is still pink. What's going to happen is we're going to put it into this gravy that we're making, and as we put it in this gravy, it's going to slowly finish cooking. Now, we're not going to overcook it, but you just want to cook it nice and slow, and it will definitely get tender. All right, I hope that answers your question. Okay, I'm going to put a little more seasoning in here. See, this is how you make 30 minutes, guys, a dinner in a half an hour. I know we all remember that wonderful show by one of our favorite chefs, Rachel Ray, her 30-minute meals. I used to love that show. I just used to wake up on Saturday mornings and watch that. And then now she's doing all kinds of other wonderful things. If you're watching, Rachel Ray, I love you. Now look at that, guys. You see how this is coming together so nicely? Just let that keep cooking down. At the same time over here, our water is starting to boil just a little bit for our egg noodles. I'm going to give it a little pinch of salt to keep going. If you guys have any other questions, be sure to ask them. I love answering your questions because I actually like showing you how to do the things that I'm doing in the kitchen, you know? I mean, we can do a whole bunch of 20-second videos and show you things which are good. Those are necessary. I like them. But I want you to really understand what we're doing here, and I want to be able to show you different things and different techniques. All right, that looks good. So you see how, ooh, isn't that, let me smell. Ooh, yeah. smells good. Okay, now we're gonna start adding our liquids to this. Now, I've got some beef broth over there, but first thing I'm gonna do is add some cooking sherry. Now you can use cooking wine, you can use like a red cooking wine, you can just use a bottle of red wine that you have laying around. But I'm gonna use sherry because I like the gentle flavor this gives. I'm gonna pour this in there. This is about a cup of sherry, okay? That's just gonna really help bring the flavors out, okay? I'm all about the flavors, see here? And we're gonna let this come to a boil. And now I'm gonna put in here some beef broth. Now for beef broth, you guys know how I like to make my broth. I like to use better than bouillon, and that's what I've done here. I have about 4 cups of broth here, but I'm not gonna put all of the broth in. I'm gonna save some of it because I need to thicken this, okay? So I poured about 3 of those cups in there, 2, 2.5, and pour a little bit more in there, okay? Of the beef broth, okay? See that? And we're gonna let this come to a boil. Now, as soon as this comes to a boil, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to mix in some flour to thicken this. Now, I like to thicken it with flour. You can thicken it with, you can use cornstarch as well. Cornstarch works to thicken it. When you use cornstarch, actually it's kind of a little glossy. It looks nice. The only thing with cornstarch that I'm not always as crazy about, sometimes it's necessary, in this recipe for me it's not, but cornstarch kind of dry, when it cools, it gels a little bit. And so you may not have a very fluid and running, help me with the words, honey. You might not have a really good sauce that you can just pour. You know what I'm saying? Right, when it's, because the consistency. My husband is so wonderful. Wherever I go, I'm so glad he's with me. This is nervous sometimes, guys. Anyway, sometimes the consistency of the cornstarch after it cools, it's like a gel, so it doesn't always pour. Now you just put a little water in it and it's fine, but I just sometimes that's a good thing and sometimes it's not. And in this dish, I prefer to use flour whenever I'm making gravies. As a general rule, I like using flours. So this is gonna come to a boil. I'm going to put a couple, let me take this spoon here, I'm just going to use about 2 tablespoons here of this flour. I'm going to put it into the beef broth. Now you see I reserved some of my beef broth, okay? This is effectively water in this situation. And I'm just going to put, well, these might not really be tablespoons, but I'm calling them tablespoons, and it's my love lap. Okay? And then I'm going to whisk it up right here to make sure that it's smooth. Now it's important that you get this smooth before you pour it in, because if it's not smooth, you will have lumps. And nobody wants lumpy gravy, do they? All right, see that? Just whisk it up. You want to whisk it in some type of liquid. I'm gonna add another tablespoon in here of this flour because it's, and just whisk, 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 whisk. And it's important, you want this to be boiling when you put it in because that's what's gonna cook the flour to get it nice and thick, okay? So let's start pouring just a little bit of that in there, like that, okay? Whisk, 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 okay? Don't worry, it's gonna loosen up. How are we doing on time, guys? We're making it, we're making it. Dinner's coming, 30 minutes, right? See? This is at a nice boil. Once this gets to a full boil, we're gonna add that meat back in. I'm gonna whisk, 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 whisk some more. See those pieces of garlic floating in there? Oh, that looks good. Whisk, 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 whisk. Let's pour this in. This is comfort food at its best. Where we are here in the East Coast, you guys, it is so cold. This is our better than bouillon that's at the bottom of that. It is so cold here on the East right now. It is like single-digit wind chill, so we need warm and comforting food, and that's what I'm doing. Regular flour, yes, someone's asking me, am I using regular flour? I am. In this instance, I am using all-purpose flour. What is also good is the flour gravy, the 1 by Wondra. That's also very good as well because that's a very fine flour. Now you see how this is thickening up? See that? See that? Look at that. It's thickening. So what we're going to do is get our meat here, and we're going to add our meat right back in here. Okay? And as this cooks, the meat's going to finish cooking all the way through, and it's going to be nice and tender. And this just needs about 5 minutes, guys. See that? Look at that. Oh, does that not look delicious? Can you smell it, guys? You smell it. I know you smell it. I know you smell it. I can tell. Oh my word. I'm so excited. excited to eat this. And you can always add more pepper or whatever you want to it. Okay, and then the water over here is boiling for our egg noodles. I'm gonna put this in there. I don't know why egg noodles are the noodle of choice for stroganoff, but this is something that predates me, so I will not question it because that's what the people said. That's a rule, a comfort food rule, y'all. Okay, we're gonna let that come to a boil. And look at this. Now I know you're thinking, oh my goodness, Lori, it's boiling so fast. It's fine, it's fine. Relax. Relax, everything's gonna be fine. Look at that. You see that? And the meat is getting done all the way through. You can turn it down a little bit. It's fine. Ooh. And so you don't want this to be a thick, thick gravy in stroganoff. You understand what I'm saying? This isn't one of those thick, like pork chops and gravy kind of thing. Although I do love me some pork chops and gravy, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. But this is a little bit looser. Okay, and that's what you're gonna do. Now you'll let that cook. That'll take about 5-10 minutes. Just let it boil until it's all done. And then, lo and behold, and sour cream, yes. Somebody asked about sour cream. Here's the sour cream. I almost forgot. Thank you, Shirley. I have it. Add your half a cup of sour cream. There we go. The sour cream really is good. And some people use cream. My husband and I were talking about this, and some people like to use cream, but milk or something, but I like using sour cream. And I just put a half a cup of sour cream in there. I'm going to mix that in there as well. Oh, thank you, Shirley. I had it right by me. Girl, I was so excited, y'all. I was ready to eat. It smells, it smells even better in here now than it did before. Look at that. Yes, you guys are saying, oh man, doesn't that look good? I wish all of you were here for dinner. I do. I wish you were all here right now for this. Oh, look at it, guys. Look. Let me show you. See that? See that? See those onions? Oh, I hope you can see it. I'm sorry. Let me turn the fan on. Get some of the smoke out the way. Oh, yeah. All right. So we're going to let that finish thickening up and cooking. And I'm going to show you guys what the finished product looks like. It is so beautiful and so delicious. We've got here some noodles that are done. I'm going to show you how you plate this up. Okay, some egg noodles. You can put the noodles in the pan if you want to. You know, if you don't want to serve it separate, you can put it in there. This is a 30-minute meal because it's just finishing up getting done. And then we're going to take this here. Now this one you will notice I have carrots in it because I was just messing around. And see, it's been sitting so it's gotten thicker. But that's how that's going to come together. This one, let me see. Pour a little of this juice on there. Hold on. Here we go. Look at that. Now there you go. Beef stroganoff. These are nice pieces of garlic on there. This looks delicious. I can't wait to taste it. Okay, I was gonna wait, y'all. I wasn't gonna taste it live. I wasn't, but it looks so good. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is the best part. This is the best part of having a cooking show. You get to eat all this. Me and my family just eat. Cheers. Oh, man. You guys, this is so good. And we did it. We are at 8:43. We've been at this for about 37 minutes. And look, this is done. So you can go ahead and turn that off. Take a look at our noodles over here. Look at that. They're done. Our egg noodles are done. Move our seasonings out of the way. See here? I'm going to strain these in this bowl. Turn that off. This is not a situation where you need to save your pasta water because we're not making a pasta dish like that, you know? Look at that. There's our noodles and there's our stroganoff. And we're done, guys. That's it. How about that? How about that? So I told you guys we could do it. More sour cream. Shirley says more sour cream. Shirley, You can add more sour cream. Shirley has a good point. I'm so glad you said more sour cream, because you can add more if you want more, or you can use, like, it's up to you how you want to do it. If you don't like sour cream, you can just use cream or just use milk, like a heavy whipping cream or half and half. It's up to you. Sour cream gives it a really nice flavor, but you make the dish yours. That's what we love about comfort food, is make it comfortable for you. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being with me. The recipe will be up by the weekend so that you can make some wonderful beef stroganoff for your family. When you do, please be sure to take a picture, tag it, hashtag Team Calibama, and I will see you next time, same place, same time, again for more live cooking with Chef Lorious, and we'll be doing another half-hour dinner. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Have a great evening and happy cooking.